Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today, we're taking a look at, from the Transformers The Last Night Premier Edition Voyager class line, this is Megatron. I know a lot of people have already looked at Megatron, and I had to get the figure. I was very excited about it. Basically I've been grabbing every Megatron figure I can, and I gotta say, this is a really cool figure, and I have to agree that this is probably the best Megatron and the best figure in the Last Night line thus far. I'm very interested to see how the leader class figure does this, basically the same thing, but with its the extra bells and whistles that comes with a leader class figure. We're starting off here in jet mode. As you can see, it is this very Cybertronian style of jet. The weapon, the accessory weapon, which is that cleaver sword, can mount here in the back. There's a little tab. It looks kind of cool. It looks more like a Reaper. I like that double cutout. I mean, that's like, you can really take, if this was a human weapon, this could like take somebody's head and, haul in some wheat. But yeah, other than that, Megatron, it really is, just looks like every other Megatron figure we've looked at. But what's really cool and I'm really impressed about is how each figure has been able to transform differently. So, we're going to get to the transformation right now. Okay, we already removed the weapon, which would be the first step to the transformation. Now, we're going from vehicle to robot, but I'll mention little bits here and there that going from robot to vehicle that you may want to keep in mind. First step, what you want to do is come into the sides here and flip up these panels. These little side panels actually connect the wings, which are connected to the legs, to the rest of the body. And then what you can do is go ahead and just bring them down to the side here, just like so, and that'll just help get them out of the way, because then the next step is you're going to bring the legs out ever so slightly, and then come underneath here, detach these panels, just flip them out, get them out of the way, and then fold up this section. We'll do more with that in a bit, but we're going to focus on the legs now. Then what you can do is go ahead and bring them back down, rotate them forward, just like so. Or, you know what, let's leave them out to the side. This might be a little bit easier. And this will come to the first part that I want to talk to you about. Basically, you're going to lift up the legs, lift up the wings to free up the ankles. Now, let me show you right here. There's a tab right there where my finger is that goes into a slot in the bottom of the foot. Now, as you'll see, there are a couple slots here. This is the slot that you want it to go in. I've noticed that sometimes I would, at first, slip and put into this larger one. But you want it to actually, that tab to go into this slot right here. It helps even things out and gives it a cleaner look. If you put it in there, the wings are a little overbent. But yeah, that's just something when going back into vehicle mode to keep in mind. But bring that out all the way, and then simply bend the wings around the leg. Very nice how they handle the kibble. And then there's a little tab there. So, and then of course you can just go ahead, bring it forward, and then rotate the foot so it's flush. We'll do that again. On this side, just separate the foot from the wing, bring it around, rotate it up and around, tap it into place, and then fold it down. Now, we'll just come up slightly. Those little panels that were pegging that we had to move now have become like the front hip skirts, but now we have these side hip skirts. So you just want to bring them down and then rotate them around, and that basically, that back gray section will lay flush with that lighter gray hinge bar. And just like that, you basically have the legs all done. So, all that's left now is to move on to the upper torso. Okay, having adjusted the camera to take a look at the torso, let's come around the back here. And what you want to do is open up these panels And now you're going to separate the arms. And this is the probably one of the trickier parts, because the arms do peg in quite tightly to each other. Now, this arm is fine. You just swing it out. This arm is actually, when going into vehicle mode, this is the first arm you want to put in. Because basically this arm has Megatron's cannon. And there's actually a tab here, a slot here in the back, that will tab into a tab on the cannon, and this folded part will fit into a groove here in the back. So just make sure you put that section in first. So we'll come around and we'll just swing this around. There are tabs on those side parts which will actually peg into the chest, and that's actually how you secure the chest to the front of the body. Next, it's a simple step of folding out the hands, just like so. And then to transform the fusion cannon, rotate this piece up and then flip out what will be the barrel. Finally, we're going to reveal Megatron's head. Basically, all you do is just, on a double hinge, fold this nose cone back and down, and then lift up and rotate Megatron's head around. One thing that I do want to mention, as I will bring in some light here to highlight it. Where is it? Right there where my finger is. You can sort of, let me see if I can rotate the head. Right there, there's a little dimple, a little groove. That's actually for Megatron's chin to sit in. So when you rotate the head around to go to vehicle mode, make sure to bend it forward slightly so that chin will sit properly. Let me zoom the camera back out. And here we have Megatron in its robot mode. And I gotta say, this is a very cool looking Megatron. One thing I've liked since Dark of the Moon is that they have started to go to a more humanoid form for the robots. It's a bit more believable, even proportions, hands, feet, stuff like that. You do have the sword here. There is actually a slot here on the nose cone that you can go ahead and peg the sword in if you so desire for weapon storage. That's kind of cool. But of course, Megatron would hold the sword just like so, and he does it quite nicely. Basically, has all the standard articulation. What's nice is there's an outward arm movement, but these panels can actually flip up to help move out of the way. And what's nice is it's asymmetrical, and on that side it is a little shorter than it is on this side to help clear the fusion cannon. There is swivels at the biceps, bending at the elbows, no wrist articulation, no waist articulation, ball jointed hips, which you have a free range of movement thanks to those panels moving out of the way, and you can bend and swivel at the knees, and you do have some play at the ankles, at least moving in due to the transformation. So, that's about it. Let's pause, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Well, I have always tended to favor the more simpler figures in the movie line, just because I think they're a little more kid-friendly and more pleasurable in the hands. I have to say, Megatron is a really cool figure, very easy to transform. Well, I shouldn't say easy. It's an involved transformation that's not difficult. Everything has a place, there's an order to it. Once you get it down, it's fine. I mean, I've already transformed this like once or twice, and I basically have the transformation down. So that's really cool. This figure is starting to hit domestic retail. It is available from various online retailers. I don't know if Amazon.com has it in stock yet, but there are third-party sellers who are selling it. Unfortunately, they're selling it at a premium, so I wouldn't recommend going for that. Other than that, this is your old pal Chuck for Megatron. We will see you next time.